Hey friends, how are you? Today I have a twofer. I am working with this gorgeous kit called Remarkable from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. It's December 2020 premium kit, the main kit. So I pulled out my papers. I've used it for one layout already, which is not enough. I do have a couple scraps, which may come into play. We will see. I do like me some scraps. And then these are my full-size papers. I get the paper add-on kit so that I have plenty of goodies because we always get mixed media goodies. We always get an alpha mixed media goodies and like lots of cool add-ons. Like I have the whole Vicky Bouton die cut pack here. I've only used a couple, but we love all things Vicky. We know this. I've got this really great stamp set that has definitions on it, so that's kind of cool. I've got, that's another Vicky Bouton die cut. It's just too big to fit in there. I did get the a la carte items that matched really nicely. I have this wood veneer with acrylic, and I have these really great sequins. I'm gonna put those up on my desk so I can see what's what. I also have these Deedle Boppers tassels, not Deedle Boppers. And I've used 3 already because I love the texture, and they're not super thick, but they're super textury. So those are adorbs. This is actually the acrylic piece that comes with this, and it's kind of cool because it's almost like a matte black. I'll put that up there. Don't know if I'm going to use it. So I have lots of goodies. Oh, and talking about mixed media, I have all of these Heidi Swap stencils too. So I have lots of things to think of when I'm going through this. I have a die cut I haven't used, which I'm not going to use on this layout because I have a plan. Okay, and the other thing that I'm doing is challenge accepted. So Kathy, I don't think Kathy's jumping in this week. So I'm challenging myself to only use stuff from this kit, which I'm probably going to make myself a liar because I might be bringing in Nuvo. Okay, maybe I will only use stuff from this kit club. Is that a good way to go around it? Because I actually have on my desk from the a la carte section, I have this ink and I also have some Nuvo. Sorry, had to sneeze. Oh, and there's this weird buzzing sound from over there. My next door neighbors are getting their carpets cleaned. There's a modernistic van or 2 out there. And then across the street that way, there is a couple of vans in their driveway that is from like a local construction company. So we have lots going on. I'm usually pretty loud so you can hear me yammer away, but really sorry if that's irritating. It's like this low hum noise, but what are you gonna do? My window's closed and people gotta get the carpets clean. You know what I'm saying? All right, so my picture. Now, a lot of you who have been with me since the dawn of time know that I have a thing about scrapbooking every day, even more than holidays. And this is no exception today. So this is my daughter, Shay. That is her boyfriend, the Nick. We've had him around forever. So he and she went for a walk in this really gorgeous, gorgeous park that we have near us. It's very cool. There's like a really big water fountain feature. In like the nice weather, we're not in nice weather, but in the nice weather, there's these different gardens. Like there's a butterfly garden, and then there's like some kind of a sustainable something garden. I don't really know what it is. And the butterfly garden's actually shaped like a butterfly. And, there's like some art sculpture things. And then at night there, they have all these pathway things with like glow in the dark features. So yeah, really nifty. And then there's inspirational signs. You can do it. Keep going. All this stuff for hiking. Anyhow, enough of that. So this is my photo, which now that I'm looking at this, because I printed the photo and I grabbed out the kit, but I didn't put them together. I just knew that this kit was super versatile. When I am looking at this, I am seeing this matching my daughter's vest perfectly. And then she's wearing a Carhartt hat that invokes these tones. It has this yellow in it. Oh, but wait, there's more. This die cut, sorry, it's not a die cut, it's a cut file. This cut file right here, let me bring this color in, also works with her hat. And let's see, the Nick is wearing a gray shirt with bright purple, so he gets to have gray. We're pretending the purple is not there because that does not work for my layout. So it does not get to work. Now, why am I rambling a little bit more than normal? A, I do tend to ramble. But B, the reason why is some of you asked me why I stop and start so much in my filming. And really, I'm shutting the door. The reason why is I hem and haw a lot when I'm crafting, right? So I'm like, oh, do I want to put this here? Do I want to put that there? And I don't want to bore you guys. And the other reason, which is kind of a big reason, is people come into my craft room to chat with me constantly. My husband works from home, and my youngest daughter, she's actually working from home right now. So there's always lots of ruckus. So that is the reason. So what I'm going to do is I am going to decide how these papers, and I'm deciding which one. I think this one is going to work for my design, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Really quick, it's so funny. When I was just talking, when I was carrying on about how people just come into my room, my husband walked right in, and I actually found that kind of funny. I did decide to use this Ella and Viv paper as well. It's called Wood Background number 2. I was seeing if there's like a collection name to it. Oh, it's made by Reminisce. Look at that. Anywho, this paper is single-sided, and it's funny. Last month or the month before, whenever it was, 2 months ago, we did get an Ella and Viv paper, and it was single-sided like this, and I already used the one side, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to use another one, so I actually used the white for cardstock, but this time it's wood grain. And when we have wood grain, we do not waste wood grain, because wood grain is my favorite. So, anyhow, this is going to be my background, and I tend to like wood grain, you see which way, on the horizontal, so I will be doing that as well today. So, anyhow, like I said, I wanted to get my ideas down a little bit more, trim my photo, and then I will be back to yammer away a little bit more. Oh, I didn't tell you that the alpha that is in this kit, it is called Decoupage by Thickers, and it's kind of like, I don't know, you can see a little bit of wordy bits that are faint, and it also looks like ledger, so it's super awesome. It does have some numerics. I really prefer no numerics, although I can always slap on the date. Now, when my kids were actively when my kids were athletes like in high school and all of that kind of thing, I could at least use their numbers. Although 2 of my kids' number was number 20, so that got a little tricky at times. Anywho, now I am really, really going to get to this. I think I'll matte my photo, which is not that exciting, but I will start with this for the matte because it'll bring out the gray a little bit. This is my background. I came up with my title, which is just Late November Walk, so I don't have to work on that. And I wanted to do the title right away to see if it would actually work because it's kind of a long one. Okay, I'm going to cut my pieces. Yeah, and we're going to put this together, and it's going to be ever so much fun. So I don't know if I'm inking yet or not. I don't know. Give me a minute, and I'll come right back. All right, I have a little bit better of an idea of the plan. So I wanted to make sure that a big block that I was going to use was this really nice wine burgundy with Eva color, claret color that my daughter is wearing. And oh, look at how funny. My printer printed, yeah, it looks like feathers on her shoulder. I'm going with it. I'm leaving it. And then some of the yellow for her Carhartt hat. So great. I'm going to make that into a fishtail banner. Now I have this really large kind of like a negative strip thing. And I'm going to put that in kind of tucking behind and then coming out. And what I thought I would do with the piece that I trimmed off there is I'm going to go ahead and back my film strip with this so that it peeks through and I have a little bit of extra interest. Now, photo is going to end up somewhat here-ish. Now I can, you know, notch this any way I want to stretch it if I need it longer. But this is a really, really long title. So I'm going to have to keep in mind that November is probably going to have to go there-ish. Now, when I look at it, I really would prefer to be able to get this November thing in on some of the burgundy. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. So I think it's going to shift a little bit. And you know what? That's awesome that it shifts because it's interesting. And yeah, clearly the design is the boss of me on this one. Okay. And really, I just started chopping these papers. So sometimes you just gotta go with flow and see what's going to come to you as you're going. Now, the next thing for me to consider is I really want to use some of these Heidi Swap Delios, right? Now, circles are always great, although I can invoke that little ink pad and use some of this for wordy bits. I think I'm going to do that, but I don't want them super clean. No, because rarely do I do anything super clean. So if I make it messy, it's really on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just have it kind of peeking out behind my layers. I think I'm going to do that. I think that would be fun. Okay, so what do we think? Let me get my big old honkin' title. And you know I'm going to have to individually glue all those pieces down because chipboard is rude. All right, so I'm going to do kind of something with some of the wordy bits here and some of it coming down here. So, I mean, this isn't a diagonal layout, but I'm kind of thinking that you'll see wordy bits coming on the diagonal because I love diagonal layouts. Okay, so now some of you know I did have the tragedy recently of leaving this ink pad open the first day I had it with this just sitting right on top. So I don't even know if it's juicy or not, but that's okay. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of do a messy, light wash of some of these wordy bits. And yes, lots of it will be covered. And that is so awesome, isn't it? Because we are not trying to be perfect with it. And so we know some of the ink survived what I had done to it. I like this Be Kind up there. So I'm going to force that to show up a little bit. Trying to figure out how this works best. Dabbing actually seems to be the thing with this. All right, so you're going to see some lighter, some darker. I better get a little bit of that word good in there. Okay, so I have that. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Now, the rest I'm going to have coming down kind of diagonally. And like I said, I have no idea yet how much will show. But you can see the words and you can see that the vibe is just a little grungy. And that really makes me happy. So I like this happiness. You know, I love mixed media, but I never take it that seriously because it's just all supposed to be fun. So there we go. So shall we see what it looks like? And then I will sign off for a second and get my pieces on here. Oh, love it. Love it. Okay, really like that. So we have two places where it's just a bit of a messy mess. And I like that. Okay, so I think I will go ahead and ink up my little edges and all that too to keep the ink thing going. I need this to dry a little bit. I'll pop that back in my container and I'll be back in a jiffy. Alrighty, Roo. So I have all my background stuff on here, right? And I realized I didn't ink this little piece, but I didn't think it matters terribly because it's already charcoaly. You know what I'm saying? Now, all of these little bits that are on here are not attached down. They're not inked. I'm going to do that. Now, I love that this wine color is in here and the yellow. So maybe I'll get one of those in each and I'll save off the turquoise bits for another time. So that can do a super cool dimension-y kind of thing for my clusters. I mean, how cool are these things? Look, oh, guys, they're like translucent acrylic. Like, everybody calm down. I know. Okay, don't calm down. It's that cool. You don't have to calm down at all. I am jazzed enough for the both of us, clearly. Okay, I don't want the yellow in there. Maybe going up like that. Okay. People, let me move it up just a little bit. I am loving it. Okay, so I have my acrylic pieces. We all know I'm going to find a way to use those great turquoisey bits. And look at how cool this wood veneer piece is. Okay, we'll get to that later. because I'm not trying to bring in too much of the turquoise vibe on this. I did bring in a little bit of this pale pink from Vicki Boutin, and that's cool. And I know I want to use some of the sequins bits as my enamel dots kind of spots on this. So, all right, I'm really jazzed how this is coming together. Now, a lot of you guys know I like pattern with pattern with pattern. So none of this is freaking me out. This is just making me ever so happy to highlight this moment. And I believe this was November 28th, 2020. So when you can go for a walk in a non-parka in my region in November, it's a good thing. Okay, so I do have tons and tons and tons and tons of these Vicki Boutin goodies because she is so generous. So seriously, I haven't sneezed all day. I get on camera, I sneeze twice. Don't know what that means. So I'm going to ink all my bits, get these pieces down. I have to decide how I'm putting the acrylic down. I am wondering is if I use glue all over the back of that acrylic piece. I am wondering if, since it'll have all the same medium behind it, if it'll just fade in. So I think that's what I'm going to do because I want to know. I'm obsessed with acrylic right now. So, and they're kind enough at this kit club to do acrylic. So how awesome is that? So far I've used everything from the kit as well as my ink pad, which I'm pointing. It's just right there. So I'm doing good so far for my challenge. Let me, oh, and you guys saw my cool little inky bits. Doing just a little something, something, but it is bringing the eye across-ish on a diagonal because that's kind of my direction. My photo's in a different place than I normally do, which is good because I'm trying to move my photo around right now. I'm convinced that my albums are going to be like just right here, like super chunky, because I usually get my photo right here. All right, let me ink these things. Let me put these things down. I'm kind of jazzed about it. And is there anything else to tell you right now? No. Okay, I'm going to get this down and see how I feel. I'll be right back. So I did actually make the huge decision. I remember I had these adhesive transfer sheets and the whole thing is sticky. So you lift the paper, place your paper on the adhesive, yada, yada, yada. So I think we're going to see if those work. I mean, I don't even know when I got these, roughly 3 million years ago. Okay, so I have this cluster done in this one, and I feel like I need something a little bit black down there, or I need something, I don't know, vellum, I don't know. So I'm gonna see if there's anything in this little bin. That's kind of cool, they brought navy in. There's some big honking pieces in this collection too. Talk about making a layout quick with these things. All right, so these are gorgeous, not the color scheme. I do like this write your own story. That might be kind of cool, but see, my space is just a little bit small right there. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna make sure there's black sequins involved and it'll be fine. Okay, let's see how these things work. So, clearly I got them and didn't care enough to even use the little suckers. All right, so I pop the little thing on and then I pull up, oh, and all the stuff's magically on there. Look at that, people. I know, I'm clearly not getting out nearly enough. So I'm gonna have one going. Is that ishy enough? Ishy enough for me. One going like that. And I have this one, grab the next piece. Oh, that's so nifty. Okay, it has plenty on there. And I think I can have this one maybe come up here into that cluster. Cool. Now remember, I'm going to have some kind of sequin bits going on. Now for this, how do we want to place these? I think, see, we want to be able to see this yellow one. So maybe I'll put the burgundy down here and have the yellow poking out more towards the top. See, big decisions that you are seeing on the fly here. Okay, I've got some goo on there. I'm sure that's what it's called. So I don't know if you can see it. It's not fully on there, but it's on there enough. On there enough. So I'm trying to make that go mostly upright. And then one more. And then I have to go through the painstaking sequins process, which can take me about a day, which is fine. Okay, I like that, touching both of those. Okay, so we have acrylics on. This, I didn't tell you, is up on some foam. So that is elevated ever so nicely. I think I have enough die cuts. Is that possible? I don't know. I have a bunch of die cuts on there. Let's see. Is there anything? I mean, I really want to have fun with my sequins, and I'm going to use the burgundy, the yellow, and the black. I'm going to shy away from the teal on this one. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a teal loving kind of girl, but it doesn't get to go on absolutely everything. It doesn't. Okay. I think I'm going to sequin it up and see if that's enough, and I'll come back and show you where we are. All right, y'all. I am enamored with this layout. I like the little bits of mixed media. It's not a ton, but I do like it. I love the different texture I am getting with this acrylic on here, and the fact that you're seeing this translucent, you can see the vellum underneath that. It is seriously so awesome. That is so cool. I've got clusters of 3 sequins in my 3 different cluster areas, so that is fun. This film strip was, I mean, it was big. It's bigger than my 4x6 box this way, so it's probably 7 inches, but I did just cut it and drag it all the way down, so that's really fun on this layout. It's a really strong black element. I only have black in the writing and the sequin in here, but I'm deciding it's working for me. Now, what you don't know about this park is that there's a huge amount of like wood decking trails in the areas of the woods here that's almost like wetlands. Maybe they are wetlands. I didn't really know. It's a park. Anywho, so, you know, this park does remind me of wood. So that works really well for me. And then I think I just need to put the date and, oh gosh, the park. It's like, oh, it's something, oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue what it's called. I can tell you right where it is. It's super gorgeous. It's a mile from my house. Yeah, I will think of that. I will write it on here. And come on, you guys know what it is. No, you don't. You don't live right here. Okay, I'm going to get that on here. Just a little tiny bit of journaling. Not a lot, a little tiny bit. And then Innovation Hills. Got it? That's what it's called. And I'm going to get that on here with the date, possibly their names. And yeah, I'll get the picture up, post this on the blog, and it will be great. It's a scam, friends. All right, bye. Oh, shoot. I will also have the links down below for where you can purchase kits, where you can meet us on our Facebook group, which is super fun, and Scrappy Kathy's channel for Challenge Accepted. Oh, and if you have questions and comments, leave them down below. Okay, now I'm really, really done. Okay, I will, yeah, pop this up once I get the writing on, and I'll see you guys ever so soon. Bye again.